Things we wish Jesus hadn't said. My name is David Madison, the 23rd of July 2019, and this is episode 13 in a series of flash podcasts on that topic. Mark Twain said that the best cure for Christianity is reading the Bible, so let's take a close look and see why Mark Twain was absolutely correct. In the 15th chapter of Matthew, we find the story of the encounter of Jesus with a Canaanite woman. That is, she was not Jewish. This is what we find in verses 22 through 28. The woman said to Jesus, "Have mercy on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." But he did not answer her at all. And his disciples came and urged him, saying, "Send her away, for she keeps shouting at us." And he answered, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But she came and knelt before him, saying, "Lord, help me." And he answered, "It is not fair to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs." But she said, "Yes, Lord, even the dogs get to eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table." And then Jesus answered her, "Woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish." And her daughter was healed instantly. I want to make a few quick points about this text. First of all, I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And this matches Jesus' instructions to his disciples in Matthew 10, "Go nowhere among the Gentiles and enter no town of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But guess what? In Matthew 28, at the end of the Gospel, verse 19, the resurrected Jesus says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations." Matthew was probably written at least 50 years after the death of Jesus, by which time the Jesus mystery cult was in full missionary mode. So this Jesus quote, "Go make disciples of all nations," was probably added to the story then. And it certainly does not match, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." The gospel writer didn't notice contradictions much sometimes. Second, when this woman pleads with Jesus to heal her daughter, well, what a nasty thing to say. It is not fair to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs. Apologists may say that Jesus was teasing her or testing her resolve. But what would be the point of that? The ideal Jesus that people adore is punctured by this Jesus quote, this insult, calling her a dog. Third point, when the woman says, "Well, at least dogs get to eat the crumbs," Jesus relents, compliments her on having great faith, which all religious bureaucrats promote, but that doesn't follow at all. According to the gospel, Jesus was at the height of his fame as a healer. The woman didn't have to have faith that he could heal her daughter. What was going on in her mind? Here's a guy who does this sort of thing, so let me get in line. Why don't people get suspicious of cult leaders, and that includes ordinary priests and pastors, who keep pushing faith instead of the search for evidence? Fourth and last, this text reminds us that the Gospels dwell in the land of superstition and magical thinking. How does this differ from tall tales in other religions? The woman is sure that her daughter is possessed by a demon, and so is Jesus. That's the superstitious part. And Jesus heals her instantly, not even being near her. That's the magical thinking part. This text sure doesn't help us believe that the Bible is the inspired, revealed Word of God. But of course there are pious folks who say that it is, and they insist that the Gospels tell the true story of Jesus, that they do not lie. Well, if that's the case, then we must add these words of Jesus found in Matthew 15 to that long list of things we wish Jesus hadn't said.